Eight kinds of people who should avoid visiting Leh Ladakh. Now, Leh Ladakh is a fabulous destination. It has breathtaking views, snow capped mountains, high altitude lakes, but there are a list of eight types of people who should absolutely not visit Ladakh. Number one is people with serious heart or lung conditions. Now, if you are someone who has a condition such as severe heart issues, uncontrolled high blood pressure, advanced asthma, or anything which causes you breathlessness, then you should definitely consult a doctor before you end up visiting Ladakh because it can be very, very dangerous for you. Number two is anyone who can't spend time acclimatization. Now, this is specifically for people who want to come and explore Ladakh in 2 nights, 3 days, land in Leh, and then go straight to Nubra Valley or Pangong and then fly out on the third day. That is not at all advisable, and it is not permitted by the government for you to leave Leh. You need to spend minimum 2 days in Leh acclimatizing. Number three is travelers who have a packed routing and a checklist of places that they want to keep in mind. So if yours, this is specifically for people who are planning on traveling for 7 or 8 days but want a very hectic schedule where they're visiting places which have to be ideally done in 12 or 13 days. Now, this is not possible in Ladakh because the road journeys are unpredictable. You can hit a landslide or a roadblock anytime because of bad weather. So if you're someone who wants to cover everything in Ladakh in 1 week, the Ladakh is not for you. You need a minimum of maybe 15 to 20 days to cover everything that is there to be done in Ladakh. That is from the tourist sites to the offbeat places. Number four is people who are pregnant. These are specifically for women who are in their maybe later stage of pregnancy, who should really consult a doctor before they come there, because at this high altitude there are limited medical facilities and the places are remote. In case anything goes wrong, it will be very, very difficult for you to get medical support. Hence, do not if you know you're pregnant, please do not travel to Ladakh now. You can come later when your child is born. Number five is people who plan on traveling with infants. Now, Ladakh is a place where the oxygen level is low, the altitude is high, and it's extremely cold and windy. So, if you're planning on traveling with a child who's anywhere between 1 to 3 years, please do not consider coming there because your child can struggle to breathe and it'll be very, very difficult for your child. And you do not want to see your baby struggling in this altitude. Number six is the kind of people who want luxury everywhere. Now, Ladakh has improved in terms of the accommodation. You will find luxury stays in Leh, in Hundar, in Pangong. But if you're going to go beyond that to offbeat places like Turtuk, if you're going to go to Hanle, if you're going to go to Somoriri, these places are extremely remote and they're still developing. So the probability of you getting uh, luxury resorts and I would say star hotels is very grim. There is no chance you'll find anything other than good homestays. So these homestays are very clean, very neat, and they have luxury to the kind of surrounding that they are in. So if the people who want luxurious hotels everywhere, Ladakh is not the place beyond the regular tourist circuit. Even in Pangong, you're not going to get any luxury resorts. You're just going to get better campsites and cottages to stay in. Number seven is the kind of people who do not like cold weather and cannot tolerate cold and windy weather, because regardless of which month you travel to Ladakh, even if it is summer months of June, July, August, in the night it's going to be cold. The temperature is going to drop below 10 degrees. And if you are the kind of person who cannot tolerate cold weather, then Ladakh is a place that you should not travel to, because it's going to be cold, it's going to be windy, and the weather is going to be unpredictable. It can snow anytime at the passes, where the temperature will then drop to below 0 degrees. Even in the month of June and July, the weather can go for a toss. Number eight is the people who do not like being stuck in in roadblocks and traffic jams. Along with this, who are the kind who are not comfortable sitting in a vehicle for 6 to 10 hours, because Ladakh is about long travels. I think the only short travel that you'll have is when you go for sightseeing around the town of Leh, where every 1 or 2 hours you'll be out of the vehicle going from one place, one monastery, or to another museum. That's the only time that it is short distance. When you're going to Nubra Valley, you're going to Hanle, you're going to Somoriri, you're going to Pangong, or whether you're returning back to Manali or to Srinagar, it is extremely long travel journeys, which will be anywhere between 8 hours to around 12 to 13 hours journeys. This also includes you stopping along the way for refreshments and to use the washroom. But overall, if you are the kind who doesn't like to sit in a vehicle for long stretches of time, then Ladakh is going to be a painful experience for you. Now, keeping all of this in mind, you have to decide now whether you want to make the journey to Ladakh or you do not want to make it. In theory, when you look at the photos and the videos, it all looks very nice and adventurous. But when you get there and the reality strikes in, you have no option but to go ahead with the journey because you've paid the money, you've taken your leaves, or you've already enrolled with your group. Hence, decide beforehand and make it happen if you wanted to. It is not Ladakh is not a road trip of luxury or of relaxation. It is a road trip of experience, which is about being content with what nature has to offer and the environment around you has to give you. Remember that Ladakh is a once in a lifetime experience for most people. If you want to do it comfortably and peacefully without cribbing and crying after hearing this entire list of 8 points that I've listed down. And if you feel that anybody in your group falls in this criteria, it's a big serious red flag, because if you are a traveler and they are not, you're going to struggle taking them along on the journey, because then they are going to become your headache and your burden. Hence, choose your set of friends or family members who you want to take to Ladakh wisely, so that you are not jeopardizing and curtailing your entire experience to Ladakh. Because I'm telling you with from experience, one person who creates trouble on the trip because of these reasons listed will become a pain for the entire journey, barring health issues which is not in anybody else's control. But the rest of the issues are all human perspective, where it comes down to simply a will issue of a person whether they are okay with the situation or they are not.